Hey guys, what's up? I know I haven't made a video in a very long time. I just suddenly felt the urge. It's not like I stopped crocheting or anything. I just wanted to take some time off for school because I was getting really stressed out. And YouTube was being mean to me and not letting me make any money. So, not that I was doing it for the money, obviously. This is one of my biggest hobbies. I've been doing it for over 15 years. I feel like I have something to share with the world. But anyways, in this video, I'm going to be making this thing. You saw it in the thumbnail. It's sort of, well, later I found out that it's basically just a Dickie, but nobody wears Dickies anymore. If you don't know what that is, it's basically just the top of a jumper. And I guess people used to wear them underneath coats so that they could get the look without getting super bulky or overheated or something. So that, I guess that's basically what I made, but I was inspired by that strange Zara Kendall Jenner like jumper thing, but it was like cut off here. That thing that was going around, that's not trendy anymore. I'm always late to trends, but I don't really care about trends because trends are kind of bad. If you want to wear something that was on trend like 2 years ago, you can, and it doesn't make a difference to anybody. So yeah, that's basically all that this video is. It's just a quick little video to get me back into the groove of filming, and I hope you like it. By the way, I'm just holding my little dinosaur Sunshine, if you hadn't noticed. A few people asked me to do a pattern. I'm not sure if I want to do a pattern or not. If you want me to, comment down below. Okay, bye. And this is an original sketch that I did at the beginning of this project, and that's what it's going to look like in 2 pieces with the little ties there. And for this project, I used a thin worsted weight yarn. Yes, I shopped at Hobby Lobby. I don't really care. It's a good color. Get over yourself. And then I used a 3.5mm hook and a 4.25mm hook. You're going to need both for this pattern. So first off, you're going to make a slip knot like normal, and then using the 3.5mm hook, you're going to chain 106 stitches. 65 of that is going to be across the body, and then 40 of that is going to be split between the 2 ties. Obviously, you can make this smaller or bigger just by making it narrower or wider by adding chains or taking chains away. And then once your chain is long enough, you're going to single crochet across the entire row, but I decided to single crochet in the back loops as opposed to the front because you get a much smoother finish. So you can feel free to do that if you want. I feel like it takes a little bit longer, but it definitely gives you a cleaner edge. And the reason we're starting with the 3.5 and going up to the 4.25 is I really want the bottom to be the tightest portion of this little Dickie thing. So yeah. And then once your row is done, you're actually going to make a loop and then cut the yarn, and you're going to go back all the way to the beginning of the row because we want to work all in one direction, and you're going to count 20 stitches for the tie, and we're going to switch up to the 4.25. And all I do is I put my hook in and then I pull up a loop, and then I make a chain and I sort of tighten it just to make sure it's a little tight, and then I make a second chain, and then we're going to half double crochet in the same stitch that we just attached to, and then you're going to half double crochet all the way across up until 20 stitches for the other tie on the other end. then once you get to the other side, when there's 20 stitches left, you're just going to chain 2 and then turn around and continue your half double crochet for 4 inches or 14 rows. Once it's 4 inches or long enough for your liking, we're going to start working on the neckline. And to do that, you're going to half double crochet 22 stitches. And then once you've got your 22 stitches, you're just going to chain 2 and then half double crochet down the other way. We're always going to do our decrease in the same place on the same row, so that is this row on the front side. You're going to half double crochet up until the last 2 stitches, and then you're going to have to do a half double crochet decrease. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up another loop in the other stitch, and then just go through all those stitches, and you've decreased 2 into 1. You're going to keep up with this pattern of a plain row and then a decrease row until you only have 18 stitches left. And then once you have 18 stitches left, you're going to do 2 more rows plain without a decrease, and then we'll move on to the other side. You're basically just going to do the same thing on the other side, but you're going to count 22 stitches and then attach, pull up a loop, chain 2, and then half double crochet across and then the other way. And then on the 3rd row, just like on the other side, is where your decrease is going to be on the inside of the collar. Now that you have a front side, all you have to do is make the back side, and the only difference between the two is the back side has 2 extra rows just so that the collar is a little higher in the back, just because you don't need as much neckline in the back as you do on the front. And then after you have your front and back, we're just going to slip stitch together our shoulders, and we're doing this with the pieces right sides together, obviously. And then I just left a really long strand there attached to one of my pieces, and I'm going to go into each stitch and just do a loose slip stitch just to hold everything together on both shoulders. Now that you have both shoulders slip stitched together, I just took this opportunity to weave in all my ends so that I didn't have to do it later. Now it comes time to do the collar. You're just going to attach really anywhere, and then you're going to single crochet all the way around the collar. And with the side it can be a bit tricky, but you really just want to get one stitch per row. So on the front that means 12 stitches, and then on the back panel that means 10 stitches down each side. After your first row, what you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch together to that first stitch that you attached with, and then you're going to chain up 3 for a double crochet, and we're going to do front post, back post ribbing. It sounds harder than it is. Basically, you're just going to yarn over for a double crochet, and you're going to go around the post of the single crochet instead of into the stitch. So essentially you're going between the stitches instead of into the stitch. So you're going to do one in the front, and then you're going to do one from the back, and you're going to keep alternating a double crochet in the back and a double crochet in the front all the way around until the next row. You can choose to stop after the first row, but I usually do 3 rows just because 3 rounds, because I think that looks better. So when you come to the end of the round, all you have to do is slip stitch to that 3 chain that we did at the beginning, and then chain 3 more. And the second round's actually a bit easier because the posts are more well defined. So you're just going to keep doing the same pattern basically. Double crocheting in the front around the front posts, and double crocheting in the back around the back posts for 2 or 3 rounds. After you finish the collar, all there is left really to do is to sew in all the other ends that were produced from making the collar, and then you're done. To put it on, usually I like to tie one side first and then slip it on so that you only have to tie one side. It can be a little hard to do by yourself, but I'm very flexible, I guess. But you can always have someone else tie it if you live with somebody else. As you can see, I'm not very good at modeling, but I do think it looks really cool and kind of edgy and futuristic. So I hope you try it out if you want to. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have anything else you'd like me to make, please leave it down below in the comments. And do all those YouTuber things, comment, like, and subscribe, please, if you want to see my face again and my cool projects. Or find me on Instagram at Corduroykidd. Okay, bye.